DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, happy Easter. Yes, I hope you're all well. It is Easter Sunday and it's a nice day. A little bit, well, it's still cloudy. Not quite as nice as yesterday, but still really nice. Actually, that's probably the problem. It's too nice. You know, for people to say stay at home. Well, you know, people want to go out, take a walk, and so on. Jesus. Actually, there's enough sun. I'm going to put on my sunglasses. Just a minute. Let me see. Okay. I'm still trying to keep this pointed at me, and I don't see what it's doing anyway. So just walking along. Yeah, so how are you getting along? We had yesterday a house party, which is, you know, one of these video conference things yesterday with the family. It was really good. Probably try and have one later on. Just finished a Skype chat with my brother and his wife, and they're doing well. They're out actually in the countryside, so this, as they were saying, the social distancing isn't probably quite as problematic, except that they do have a little lake close to where they live. So my sister-in-law said, well, you know, there's still people walking around the lake, so you have to be careful. It was an interesting topic, though, about the different video conferencing apps right now. Companies right now are not always that keen, even though you hear a lot about Zoom, and I know that there's been protections, I guess, add-ons for Zoom. But different companies, I know, like I think ours as well, but we tend to be using Skype, but are actually saying be careful with Zoom. So I don't know. I think Zoom is actually very easy to use, but it seems that since there's been some safety issues, just, you know, maybe keep that in mind. I think there's no big problems for people like us, you know, they're just going to be chatting a little bit, but maybe if you've got some sensitive stuff that you want to talk about, maybe you want to have one of the secure ones. I don't know. Anyway, having said that, it's just saying that as I'm going. So walking around, and I haven't actually been off the grounds today. Sometimes we do make a little walk, sometimes around the park when there's less people, but right now, you know, there's a lot of pollen out there. And Mrs. DC has a lot of problems with the pollen. So she's actually walking on the treadmill right now while I am walking around the house. But of course, I am vlogging and she is not. But she's watching television. So each one has their own activity. You know, yesterday there were some kids in the park, probably around 2-ish or something like that in the night, and I heard them because our window was partially open, and I could hear them making noise, and I heard something like a glass bottle being broken. Okay, I didn't actually think much of it until this morning when I was outside at one point, and there was one of the neighbors, a young man. I saw he was right near our yard, and he was bent down. I was wondering what he was doing. And he was actually picking up the large bits of glass that had been broken in the road and near the house. Well, I mean, like in the road in front of the house. So basically, just there. So after he had picked up a few things, we chatted, of course, with the right social distancing. And he's a physiotherapist, so he's actually at home right now. Yeah, so I finished up. I took a broom and cleaned up because there was a lot of glass. You know, a bottle of beer, it was a Heineken, a bottle of beer, whichever way they did it or dropped it, I don't know what happened exactly. But it was all over. And, you know, first off, I don't really want it in front of the house, especially in front of our yard. And secondly, I mean, it's really not something that you want in the road anyway for people, you know. So I swept as much as I could and got rid of the glass. I just hope it doesn't repeat itself tonight. Yeah, so Easter, usually in our case, is early sunrise service followed by a meal at the church. So of course there wasn't any of that. We did get some letters. We got a booklet from the pastors, and we got 2 private cards from pastors for us. Just, you know, kind of comforting news. But as far as the church services, we didn't have any online church services, so we've been having the Thursday, Good Friday, and today's Easter service. We were at Willow Creek Church in Orlando, Florida. I think it might be Silver Springs, but it counts like Orlando, something like that. Anyway, so it was pretty good. I think I have already mentioned it a couple times, but we really enjoyed it, and they did a great job. They were probably using Zoom actually. No, but there was some good editing there. Yeah, so it helped. It was really nice, and it was a great service. So, you know, it kind of felt nevertheless like Easter. What didn't feel like Easter was not having the family around for a meal, because I mean, usually that's one of the things, you know, we make a meal. When the children were small, there were the Easter egg hunts. So of course none of that happened. And what I did do though is made a lamb-based Irish stew. So it was really nice, made with the Instant Pot. Very, very simple recipe. Probably as close, I took the simplest one actually with lots of veggies, but I would say as close to what probably is the real Irish stew is, because you know the Irish stew doesn't have a whole bunch of embellished things in it. So I mean, you could have a nice stew, but that was really like the nice Irish stew with Guinness and so on as part of the liquid. It was beef broth, Guinness. That was the liquid part, but the meat was lamb cubes. And like I say, a lot of veggies. Yeah, so it was nice. Anyway, so I do hope that those of you who take Easter seriously as part of your faith have been able to have, you know, the nourishment that you need for your, you know, for your faith-based beliefs. And those of you which, you know, for those of you that Easter is just a holiday, well, great. I hope that you've had a great holiday as well, because, you know, we do need these times of rest. And even though right now we're in a stressed, forced rest, you know, just it's nice to have this time where we can, you know, take time off. Now, I've spoken about that many times before, but I think it's really also important to keep a good dose of, I was going to say, of positive, not positive thinking, but positive in your life, be it humor or something like that, things that, you know, lift up your spirits. That is an important thing. And I know these are days where it's difficult to think of things that might lift up your spirits with everything that's going around. But one thing for sure, it is going to be over. Eventually, it will be over. Okay, I guess that's all for now. I can't see how long I've been talking because I got the shades which are stopping me from seeing. But it'll be DC. We'll be signing off. I'm going to look and see where the little remote is, and that way I can turn it off. There it is. I got it in my hand. So DC signing off. Have a happy and blessed Easter to all of you. Bye-bye. Take care.